My father, when I was very young, took me to the Hippodrome in Brighton to see an American play. I have no idea what the title was now, I'm afraid. But they had a fight. Two men had a fight in this play, and one broke his arm. And I sat there thinking, how can he carry on like that? And then came the curtain call, and his arm wasn't broken, and I couldn't believe it. I said to my dad, "What's that?" He said, "It's what's called acting." I thought, gosh, I want to do that. So when I went back to the Unity Youth Club in Fishersgate, which is a big youth club there, a lovely thing, and I said to Mr. Mepham, who ran it, could he possibly find somebody that could come in there and teach us how to act? So he tried vetting places and he couldn't. And eventually he got hold of the Southwick Community Centre and the Southwick Players. I went to see the community centre because he made an appointment for me. I went up there one evening and I was amazed at it. Because I went to Worthing High School and lived at the Fishersgate end of the gardens, I never went that part of Southwick. I just never touched it. So I found this wonderful community centre there, and there was Stanley Baker, who was the secretary, and George Penny, who was the treasurer, sitting in the office, and they were very kind and chatted to me, and George said, "Please just wait, because my wife is going to come and talk to you." So I waited, and they chatted, and then Elizabeth Penny came with a man named Peter Elder, both from the Southwick Players, and said they were quite willing to come along and give us some lessons. So I thought, well, that's wonderful, thank you very much. So they did come eventually, and we had these lessons. In the hall where we were, there was a little stage area, so it was lovely. We could do it on the stage, and we rehearsed 4 one-act plays, and we learnt our lines, and we presented the show in the Twitten, in the club in the Twitten there in Southwick, and it was very successful, and we were so thrilled. And then we said, well, we'll have to go into the community, we'll have to do it again, and go to more rehearsals. So I went to the community centre, and they hadn't got a theatre then, but they had got outside the centre, there's a very big place where the man kept his animals and his lorries and things. So they decided they were going to turn that into a theatre. So we all went and helped and did a lot of work. I did it, and my husband Ralph did at the time, a lot of work, cleaning this place down, as other people did. And they had to have windows at the side. We had to put curtains on the windows when we did a show of that. And we did a show there called Jane Steps Up, which went beautifully when it was finished. But there was no, in the hall there, you had to have wooden bent pieces along the back to put the chairs on, because there was no raised area at the back. And dressing rooms, 2 tiny dressing rooms, one for men and one for ladies, down the flight of steps onto the stage. But it was a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere. I found out that there was a Unity Players in London. So I said, we have got to change our name. We can't be Unity Players. And of course the Southwick Players were there. So we came up with the Young Wick Players. And we became the Young Wick Players. And it was lovely, because we were all in a sort of teen area. Anyway, after about 10 years, some of the members then have said, I'm too old for the Unity Young Wick Players. So we became the Wick Theatre Company then, but that was, quite a way later. And then obviously since then we now have a Young Wick Players as well, where we have all our youngsters in doing extremely well at the moment. Wonderful class going there. Anyway, we worked very hard on working on the Bar Theatre before it was opened. And now, of course, it's been extended. You've got side aisles, you've got a bigger stage, you've got the raised bit at the back. So now it's a perfect theatre. It took a while to get there, but it is a perfect theatre. But it has been an absolutely wonderful life for me, with the community centre and the barn and everything. And I couldn't wish for a better life for anybody. Absolutely amazing. And I thank everybody who's looked after me and helped me. And of course all my lovely friends in the Wick.